Bah Erwin ki sutnga nong isai ain belarang ba berpau khmat kejelau la penbena bola ino ya keseng kongres hadin bola sajid ban bat ya kam kum chairman ke Joint Action Committee Border of Meghalaya JACBOM ke bedang sukha mentak si ke laipo trebiyong arajar arwar kani ke komiti la thau rengkat ak jin thumu non ra jin tli ya pren kisiem na ki himau per ki nong ilam snong ki daloi ki seng balang ki trai jaka ki nong song snong kham tam ki jaka khaput ban ya dan ak jingsha kantruput ha ke jelasam habai kremer ki blat thai ku bor Bah Erwin bloong ba memorandum of understanding MoU pynbeit put balai soy hapdeng menteri rang ba ke jela Meghalaya bat jela Assam Ahmad menteri kampo ying ke sarkar India wa Amit Shah ba kamlong setia ke basong rim kat kum ki kendan ai nolor Bah Erwin la jit yu ba lamprang karbani presiden ke new trap achik national movement HANM kumu ko chairman ke komiti bat uba resting wel thaba presiden ke suru upai ba ke briu new trap kumu sekretari ke komiti nolor ki wipat hak jelang ke balapelong hanong ba selong
da ka ba monjor ka ka ba ka yeng kalarai namar ki ong ba ki don kam ya ka services ke jonga ki don kam ya ka jing tristam ke jonga dan rei bangara ngade udukhat jong kongres kila ong ba ngidon kam ba pinmi no na po kongres ngalasim ya karai rang ba bang haban mino kenapa kan mi khle politics kaba sultanat menta kesengi kalong ba hadin balaya bun ka jingya tainia hadin bala bun ka jingya ai jimut ngia poi hakawai ka jingmut bat kata kalong ba ka JACBOM kan ya chakmat bat ngada dak mensem bat dak jing skurit na priang ya ka jingjiet ke jong ki yang ku chairman jong kanika JACBOM ka komiti kan ya chakmat ban terikam menta da ka ba ngin pej iki kot kislah namar ke don ka jing smo bom don ki kot kislah andrei nga sultanat bani tu ipi bagi kot kislah kidon bat kini ki kot kislah ke along bangi haban permandur iki hakan ugur kom namar gi layara mena bala dadai ban lech supreme court ban lech high court na depan hakan ugur ngadur ban yakun ni kani ngin yakun ngakwa ban bu nongkong ni baka memorandum of understanding ke bagi sign kini arngot ki chief minister Haji Shah Kamdan ke legal status kabaar kalong ba kila pengkeng lot ya gitu kisantali ki parameters ban ong ke ethnicity administrative convenience historical perspective terter kidong kisantali gitu kila ong kila pengkeng lot iki namar balai ba lada ki pait nag historical perspective ban nag ethnicity ki beri ki jong border ki dei ki ba ajak me la pi ong ki garu pi ong ki khasi pi ong ki janja ha Assam itu ekikum ki sel tribe kata kata ko wake bone of contention gitu ni kabar kalong ba ha Assam ka khando ko siap long tribe ka sarkar wat la kidon kitu ki revenue free area kum ki lakhiraj estate kimi kitai hanre haba ko di ka kani ka residual ownership of the land remains with the government kani kam dei bani the residual ownership of land hapo Meghalaya hai kadai with the private persons or with the right or with the community under the autonomous district councils. Dan namar kata kadau ngidon kata kajing sengo menta ba kani ka boundary issue hi ka tak palat ya kani ka land ownership bagi ka identity ke jong. Don ki boong ngai iba hagi social media ki comments ki boong ba kani ka sarkar MDA kala le kala stang ni ka but they have started it on the wrong principles. Hey, we would have ngilade banjaro ya ka sarkar bekas dang ya kani. Lada kadai hakalenti ke badai. Henry baro kata ngakrembe kata 1876 the boundaries of the Khasi states was well defined. The notification juga British government. The areas which have been encroached by Assam, among their areas of dispute, they have been encroached by Assam. Were areas transferred to Kamrup for administrative convenience under 1876 notification. Not ownership of land, not anything, only for administrative convenience. Hang ni berpilap baka ngidon Kamrup ban address ya kanika constitutional anomaly kepada hapoka Schedule 1. Kaba ka Schedule 1 ka describe ya ki boundaries jong Assam. Mo, can describe The territories which immediately before the commencement of the constitution were comprised in the province of Assam, the Khasi states, and in the Assam tribal areas. Boleh ke contain Khasi state? Kita kami contain Khasi state nomor boleh. Itu kita cakap kita bagi kam mentah, kita bagi encroach, kita cakap jom kita makasi. Kani ngi hapan syai ba? Why you still put Khasi state in the description of Assam? Kani ketika hang ta kawan ga opinion jong LM sing biru baong. It is required that the Supreme Court should interpret this. The Supreme Court under Article 131 has the original jurisdiction in a dispute between two states, between one state and the central government, two or more states and the central government, between two or more states on one side and two or more states on the other side, or between state to state. Hagajo kaporo ngalungo ba the constitutional process was not followed. Assam uongbay constitution. Ngano in 1983, Captain Sama, the late Captain Sama was chief minister. Ula lay down ka principle ba these lands, these areas included in the Khasi states in Assam form part of the constitutional boundary of the state of Meghalaya. Kata kalong on record. Kajikili ka kalong ba balay ka MDA government ka klempet ikini. They were so fast to go work out an MoU, which has no basis under the constitution, no basis under law. And then go to the Home Minister of India and say, we have come to an agreement. They should have done what should have been done if they do not want to go to the Supreme Court. They should have gone under Article 263 of the Constitution, which states that in case of a dispute between one or two states or between state to state, the President has to constitute interstate council. But if the MOUs to have a legal validity, it has to be decided by an interstate council. No matter if they take the MOU to Parliament and they pass it in Parliament, it will be against the wishes, against the democratic right, against the constitutional right of the people of Meghalaya, not only those who are affected. Tomorrow, Lasaliski under Kikwa ban ajakai kanugno subo ikati kam temator. Kimyo jaka po you sipo ikar kabalahe jaka. Hangno no kin declare bang ngin sim no na jaka tribal hangno no kanugno hima. Hangta kin supas by the MOU but kin yasan the MOU but ki kalmator nanta kin sayu. Na file ya ka petition under the Land Transfer Act. Hanre ka sarkar MDA ka khan dauthala ya ka Land Transfer Act. Kadisi ka klam sim action. Kidang ki legal implications ang taba kadisi ka sim action. Na lor kata kadaw menta la di pipa ya kata number I'm talking about issue of land. Menta ka ikaching ya kalomba PI legality ki illegal settlers. Number Land Transfer Act would have identified them as illegal settlers. But today you cannot identify them as illegal settlers because they have not been declared under any act. Terkalong kumta kaset ika principle kaset ika president ya ka karukam trekam ka sarkar bala siya lesngi don nong tre sarkar ubom don jaka ubom don puta unman benwak ay jaka ina ay arkulak ina nan tawi ka kaset kata kari kay hang nero sa kaway pada ka ba kalong ba the laws ki an ki bala taw banyada ingi kum ka Land Transfer Act kum ka Article 263 jong constitution krem sim ya kani ba ban trekam da kalinti ko badai la day bakile ik interstate council the interstate council with the full force of the presidential notification and the process of law kala khot yigi bre bosyong border kala khot ik state government kala khot ik Assam government kala khot ik central government kato sistem kala pas ko order kala long legal and binding and we always hope that it will be a fair order. Kabalas ka mga kuwa ban ong ba kadon kam ka jing trailam ka chuma ngidon kam man cut across party lines ngidon kam ban wanra e kani ka jing sung thu ka jai ban rio ba ka khando ka siap ka identity jong ka jai ban rio kiriti ki dustur ki jongi kam tam bangi de ka jai ban rio a jai kme there is no protection for us except under the state of Meghalaya. There is no protection. Assam, we are not settled tribe. Nobody recognizes our unique traditions and customs. The Meghalaya government has a moral and legal responsibility to defend this matrilineal society which is identified by the Khasi, Jaintia and Garhus. Ke isu jongka border, ke isu jongka land rights, ke isu jongka constitutional right ke jongi ka apply to all areas. It's not that because they have signed the MoU ngin ong to ngin klet na gato. Ke ngi kerpa di ke sarkar ro ngi bu ikani ka jingdon kam ndai su tang jing kerpa ka jingdon kam ba pihapan include ke JACBOM hakanu ka negotiation kam tam ka baya de ba block 1 block 2 but kini ki areas ki ban chakta ba kata ka padun kam nomor belai lot of him include nomor hang ni ngila donlang kisambhalang ngila donlang ya ki sep ki daloi ngi donlang ya ki trajaka ki rambasno ki longkmi ya ki samla takadaw kahapan siya ka consensus approach kata ka padun kam anta
तो लगले का जब बम करता है बुक पे डायरेक्ट से स्कूल को बैठे भी करेगा न्यू
अभी कथा
आलो के लिए बैठ के परलोचना लगले का जों फी लगले का जब बम इन पाने का स्पॉट लगा स्पॉन्सर ले देंगे नंबर पर ये का स्पॉन्सर करेगा नौकरी नौदा
P, this is the basic constitutional issue. P. Para 3 of the 6 schedules specifically states that the authority over tribal land is the district council. Habaka they got authority over tribal land. Why were the autonomous district councils not consulted? That is the basic constitutional issue. Government, people are pagkalaya ka district council just as a department of the government. Kataka so-called Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council, Jaintia Hills Autonomous District Council, Garu Hills Autonomous District Council. The word autonomous becomes meaningless. Ki autonomous, there are certain that the 6th schedule has laid down clear functions of the district council, and land is the function of the district council. Haka entry 18 jongka stateless kadon land, but it's very limited. Kabaka state kala bentuklar ya ka kanda siap. Tambah tang haki state kum ka Assam who own the land. Here the government of Meghalaya does not own the land. It owns only certain parts of Shillong called European World. It owns certain parts where they have paid compensation. Right, on the whole, the land is private, and the jurisdiction, the primary jurisdiction, the original jurisdiction is that of the district council. Ki Siem, ki Daloi, ki Nokma, ki Hapapo, ki district council, ki Yosanat, naga district council. Tetapi yang ni kalau logic doesn't work out. Kalau logic kam trikam. Habaka ni ka district council kadai bala bu the constitution ban pai gini. Por pi assign MoU, pi work out kita ke regional committee, the district council was outside the purview of this. Supentip ki hadim bala ada pra, sepentip. Anda kisah balang gilit pan yang kendo. Ya ka sarkar swa bakin ya sign ki ong ngila pa sedali ngimla ban pergi. Why the secrecy? Now we understand that the secrecy is because of this. Tambah the point is that mentah kalong presumptuous yang bangan ong ipi awak ingin lebih baik. Ngihapan sim ya confidence yang kita rajakan, ngihapan sim confidence yang isip. Nanti ngi work out dia strategi ke. Bang syuk mengapa ong ingin lebih cakut teh. Kamlong ke. Nomor Bah Erwin tu mulak kan berfile kerteng jongan. Amlak kan file kerteng JACBOM. Ngihap file kerteng kita rajakan, ngihap file kerteng hima. Tengi ngiruk ngihapan pak dia ya ke proper prosedur ke. Hei, ndai kin ba ka sarkar klembat prosedur tengiruk isu tamban persubang pa ba ino ya like kot kamlo. Nyapan pe ben pa ben tek pa tek namar balai gomong ong ipi ki don ki breu ki bom. Haba kelas dang te ke MDA. Tengiruk kelas dang te ke JACBOM tambang ikwa ban sedang hakalenti ke babiam te. Primarily there is a legal issue which has to be decided. What are the Khasi states? Kani it's hanging in the air. Namar beli pin kama usa saya dula. Kayeng kejung ukodan te po Cliff Colony. Udah udah kat jang constituent assembly. Udah ong artat the most reverend JJM Nichols Roy is so happy that the Khasi states have been relegated to the 6th schedule. But I fear for this area. Namar kani kadai batai ong kadai constitutional anomaly. They signed the instrument of accession. No instrument of merger was signed. In the instrument of accession, 4 exceptions were there. Land, water, forest, excise. These are the 4 exceptions. Now we're talking about land. Habaki transfer sepok Kamrup ini area ke bahap po Khasi state for administrative purpose. Now Assam is saying it is ours. Haji Shah ka nongwa mo tumor ka hima nongwa mo tumor ka boundary ka poi hado ulu bari ka hima melem ka disitang jong ka ko hati hari ki donro bong nya keren nya kata ki sulong satisfied ta nganga ong ka ni bi ngitip choi ki boundary ki jongi ngitip ka hok ni then there the process of give and take will start na and right here we're just giving and they are taking but sa kawai ru land is precious kema bu ba preston ong ya bang ade kulum kulum siya kata jonga to mu ong weu no alam kongres ukren kum kulum amri mga kren mo kulum mental apau ka jingkren jong sedar jong no wa mo to kadon ka deal ka sarkai kabanganga keren kalong ba ka total value of the land that is being surrendered maybe 20,000 to 45,000 crores. Why don't you take that as collateral? Kenapa central government bukan you have surrendered so much land, we will compensate you by bringing money into your treasury. We are a revenue starved state. Pilih cabang pak buk benda lagi ka cakap. Teman-teman isu surrender kai ka cakap, isu ambil tang barkan suk kata bodar, ban baik atau put usap, ni surrender no Ya itu bargain salah. Ni yo arpo jar crore hapo ka treasury ke jongi kam nak dei ka pasar kai. Ngasa kena ban bang ngakren lu kena dah. Ni lapor ka cakap te. Right now the need of the hour ka jingdon kam mentahi kalong ba ni don kam ban pechwa hangno ka stang hangno ka kut. The government, with due respect to the government and their efforts, they have failed miserably. Kani ka failure ka jongi has to be rectified. The what the ki ong bangimla ban change ro ngan ong biak sisen the MoU has no legal standing. But ultimately the stay order ka jaka thank you gadon Supreme Court. The stay order ka mai kuli to kapung gadon po High Court. How will they tackle these questions then? How will you tackle this question? Ultimately the government of Meghalaya, government of Assam and even the government of India might be in contempt of court. Don't talk about going now for a fresh case. Even in these old cases, they might be in contempt. Namara ada pentip te yaki apo you ya katu kecaka ki thank you. Ada pentip te. Don ka stay order. Ya ka regional committee ada pentip. Nda poi hang te beki so pada kim ya tu. So on this basis, kita try la dikilai for contempt proceeding. The government will be in trouble. All these nitty-gritties have to be worked out. But sekawai kalong kani. We are fighting for the rights of our people, but we also wish that the government will bahkan penjam yuksai. He will open the door for negotiation. Namar beli don't come make a negotiation. Then namar kata kadang nga kerpa ni piki preso ban I can report ke babia kenapa kinsi ya osko gini again. But I thank you also, you members of the press. You have done a big service pa pinuman rai kini ki awareness. Namar ngapai na follow ya kai ba press ki to kai ba pilaya le kai you. Dan retang ko nga kwa bang kerpat ba subha ban kelim dei tano Bah Erwin keli kumu Dr. David Reed's emle udah expert on all the documents lewat you keli ong kumnu kalong kani isu long bangila du na iba Gilbert Sulai ke dan rehapo ang tepo silong record center jongi dangbun ki kot islam ta nga kerpat ki members of the press ya wat ki kot islam ki dangbun ki padang